Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, November 29, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Davidson vs Charlotte. Davidson's strength is on the offensive end of the court, which makes me feel good about backing the Wildcats to cover a spread of this size. They are going to push the ball up the court when they have opportunities, and they are also going to convert on their looks in the paint. Charlotte has only knocked down 31.7% of its attempts from three-point range and does not grab many offensive rebounds, so I expect the 49ers to have trouble keeping pace in this rivalry matchup. Davidson is riding a 9-game home winning streak and has covered the spread at a 10-5 clip in its last 15 games. Take Davidson -6 points. Charlotte has not faced the stiffest of competition thus far, but the 49ers have a solid defense that allows an average of only 55.0 points per game, and the total has finished under in 3 straight and 5 of the last 6, while the only game that did not finish under over that span was a push. The total has also finished under in 3 of the last 4 games that Davidson has played. Take the under 128 points. William & Mary vs North Carolina State. William & Mary will be hoping to play a competitive game on Tuesday night as a large underdog after losing to Pittsburgh by 16 points last Friday in its most recent game. The Tribe went winless in their first 3 games against Division I teams this year, losing to Navy, Virginia Tech and American. They bounced back with wins over Army and Radford before losing to the Panthers. William & Mary was a 1-point underdog against Army and was a 3.5-point underdog against Radford. The Tribe are about to play their 3rd ACC road game in a regular season since 1983-84. North Carolina State opened the season with a 4-game winning streak, although it was a double-digit favorite in all 4 of those games. The Wolfpack suffered their first loss of the season in the Bahamas last week, losing to Kansas as 8.5-point underdogs. They bounced back with a pair of impressive wins, beating Dayton as 3-point underdogs and Butler as 1-point favorites to wrap up the battle for Atlantis. North Carolina State had 5 players score in double figures in the 76-61 win over Butler, with Jarkel Joyner scoring a team-high 15 points. The Wolfpack went on a 19-2 run at the end of the first half and never looked back. They lost to Virginia Tech by 17 points and fell to Pitt by 16 points, falling to 16-102 all-time against ACC teams. Sophomore Gabe Dorsey has established himself as one of the top shooters in the country, ranked number 24 nationally in three-point percentage, 51.2. Dorsey has made at least 2 triples in each game and has knocked down 17 of 30 from downtown over his last 5 games. Junior Ben Wright scored a career-high 24 points on 11 of 16 shooting against Pitt on Friday, adding 11 rebounds for the 5th double-double of his career. Wright was named to the preseason All-League Honorable Mention team in the CAA after leading William & Mary with 11.6 points and 5.5 rebounds per game last year. The Tribe's strength on the offensive end has been their outside shooting, as they are knocking down 40% of their attempts, which ranks number 18 nationally. North Carolina State put together a strong finish to the battle for Atlantis, but the Wolfpack have to return home from their trip to the Bahamas to face an uninspiring opponent. I have some serious concerns about their motivation level heading into this matchup, particularly when they need to win by such a large margin to cover the spread. William & Mary has already stayed within this number against a pair of ACC teams, giving the Tribe some confidence and experience heading into this game. They also like to slow the pace of the game down, which will give North Carolina State less possessions to run up the score. Take William and Mary plus 19.5 points. Both teams have been shooting the three ball pretty well, as William and Mary is 124th in the country with a 34.9 three-point percentage, while North Carolina State is 106th in the United States with 35.5 three-point percentage heading into this matchup. These programs are also getting extra chances as the Wolfpack are grabbing 9.1 offensive rebounds per game, while the Tribe are recording 9.8 offensive rebounds per game this year. The over has hit in each of the last 4 road Tribe games against teams with a winning home record, as well as in 8 of the previous 11 Wolfpack games, so go with over 144.5 points in this game. Clemson vs Penn State. The Penn State men's basketball team is trying to prove that SU is more than just a football school after jumping out to a 6-1 record on the season, less than 8 months after a great run in the Big Ten tournament. A win over Clemson on Tuesday would certainly go a long way in dispelling that notion. Penn State downed Lafayette 70-57 at home on Friday night to pick up their 6th win of the season. Jalen Pickett led the way with 18 points to go along with 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Seth Lundy dropped 15 points to go along with 7 rebounds, Cameron Winter added 11 points in the win. Trailing 19-12 in the first half, Penn State went on a 36-12 run all the way into the second half to put the game out of reach. Penn State held Lafayette to just 31% shooting for the game and 32% from beyond the arc. They also dished out 17 assists as a team offensively while shooting 48% from the field. Clemson is averaging 72 points per game thus far and has a +9 average point differential on the season. They are shooting 47% from the field overall and 38% from 3-PT range. Defensively, they are holding teams to just under 40% shooting thus far overall and 33% from beyond the arc. Like Penn State, Clemson is not particularly strong on the glass with just over 32 rebounds per game. They do own a +3 turnover differential on the season, averaging just over 10 turnovers per contest. Clemson comes in with the 305th toughest schedule to date in the nation, while Penn State checks in at 169th. The Nittany Lions are a bit more battle-tested thus far and have been much more efficient than Clemson on both ends of the floor, top 40 in both categories. Clemson will hang around as the better shooting team, but they will not have an edge on the glass, which is where many teams will try to take advantage of the Nittany Lions this season. Expect a tightly played game that will favor a Nittany Lions team that is comfortable playing in those types of matchups and executes at a higher rate. Take Penn State +1 point. The over would be a hard sell in this spot. Penn State has fallen short of the total in 5 straight games and ranks number 353, 62.7 in pace this season via Werenlin.com. Clemson sits at number 265 in pace, 66.6. Outside of their first 2 blowout wins, the Nittany Lions have averaged 67.6 points while giving up just 60.8 per night. The under is 4-1 in Penn State's last 5 games against ACC opponents and 7-1 in its last 8 Tuesday contests. Take the under 134.5 points.